welcome back. It's Teacher Penny again. Welcome back to, this is video 2 in our new series on how to pass the mock class and what specifically they're looking for. So today I'm in this video we're talking about TPR, modeling and repetition. So let's get right into it and learn about those three things. First off, if you have not already applied, be sure and check out this link and use this link to apply. If you've already applied, I'm not going to go through all the details, but if you've already applied and you did not use a referral link or code, click on your account on a computer and go up to the top right corner, My Account, and if it says Add Referring Teacher, put in this code, Penny0008, and then email me. Make sure you email me. They don't give me your email address, so make sure that you email me so that I can contact you and help you with all of the information that you need to pass it, give you access to all of my coaching material and everything. Okay, so let's talk about TPR. TPR is total physical response. This is a technique that we use all throughout our classes. It is super, super important for VIPKid. This is where you're going to use your whole body. You're going to act things out to get your student to understand the concept that we're talking about. But it's not just about me over here doing, run and throw and doll and kite and all of these kind of things. That's not enough for me to do it. It's all about getting my student to respond to me. So what I want to happen is I want the student, where I do the motion and then the student does the motion back to me. Let me show you a very simple concept. If my student is sitting there going, I am happy, he is happy, she is sad, he is sad, I am sad, he is happy. Do they understand that? No. No, they do not understand that. But if they're doing, I am sad, I am happy. Yeah, if they're doing those kind of things with us, they're showing us on the facial expression that they understand the concept that we're talking about, then they're going to hook that English word to it and they're going to remember it more so than just happy, sad, I am happy, I am sad. Now, but if they're doing it with us, I am happy, I am sad, and they're doing that TPR with us, showing us that they understand the concept, then they're going to remember. So that's why we act it out. We do ball, we do run, we do throw, but it's not just about me doing this. It is about getting my student to do that back to me. So when I do ball and I show them the shape, then I'm going to hold my hands out like this. I want them to join me with it. I want them to join in on it and do that with me, okay? So I want them to do the motion too. Sometimes you've got to use this motion. Sometimes you call their name and you go, Rebecca, ball, yeah? So you do throw and they go throw and you go, Rebecca, throw, and you get them to do that motion back with you. Always, always get your student to respond, okay? Now, TPR is about body movement. It's about your facial expression. It's about your tone of voice. You can, of course, communicate a lot with your tone of voice. They give you a wrong answer. They give you, he throw a ball, okay, instead of he throws. So then you grab a prop and you help them go, well, this says fly. Pretend like it says throws, okay? You go, he throw a ball or he throws a ball, okay? He flies or he fly or he flies, okay? So we're showing with our tone of voice which one is the correct answer there as well, okay? So you use your facial expression, you use your tone of voice, you use your body movement, and eventually you use props. But TPR, and this is something that VIPKid is really emphasizing right now with TPR, is they want you to do the TPR with your hands only first, okay? Now, there are two types of TPR. There's educational TPR and an instructional TPR. Let me explain the difference between the two. Educational is when you are teaching them that concept, the happy, the sad, the throw, the ball, okay, all of that stuff. They want you to use it with just your hands first. So let's say that you're on that A lesson in the mock class, the lower level mock class, and you're teaching the word ball. So you would do ball, and then you get them to say it back to you, but you want them to do the motion too. So you get them to be involved, okay? Ball. Okay. Now, I've said the word 2 times. We'll talk more about repetition like that in just a little bit. But then they want you, then you can use a prop. But do TPR only. Okay, TPR with your hands only the first 2 times you say the word. Okay, this is different than what I have said in the past because this is something different that they're looking for. Okay, so the first 2 times you introduce this new word to them on the I slides, we'll talk about I slides in the next video. Okay, so the first 2 times you say that word, you're going to do the TPR with your hands. Okay, say the word ball or throw or kite or whatever it is you're doing. Use your hands only for that TPR. Then you're going to take that word and put it into a sentence. So in our sentence throw, we're putting it into the sentence, she plays with a ball. That is where you can use a prop. When you start that sentence, you can use a prop. So I'm going to use a ball, and I'm also using my cutout of Meg. They're used to seeing Meg. Meg is a girl, Meg is she. So they are used to seeing this one. So now I can point to these props, but only point to them on the actual word that it goes with. So I wouldn't point to, she plays with a ball. No, I'm going to do, she plays with a ball. Okay, so see how I'm only pointing to the words on the actual, I'm only pointing to the props on the actual words that it goes with. Okay, she plays with a ball. Okay, and then you help them. What does she play with? Okay, and you get them to repeat the sentence with you. Okay, so only point to the prop and only use a prop when you're doing the sentence. Don't use the prop when you're first introducing the word. Okay, so make sure you're just using the TPR first, then introduce the prop with the sentence. That is something new. It is something different. It's not really the way that I teach. When I teach the lessons, I usually start with a prop, but this is what they're looking for in the mock class, and you have to do what they're looking for because that's what they've said they want. That's what you have to do. Okay, so make sure that you're using hands-only TPR for the first 2 times when you say the word, then use a prop when you introduce the sentence. Okay, now the instructional TPR is just as important. This is where you are showing your student what to do in the classroom. The biggest move that we use is this one. Anytime you want your student to say something, you have to cup your hand behind your ear. And that starts from the very beginning. Hello. Hi. My name is Teacher Penny. See the TPR? My name is Teacher Penny. Have something back here that you can point to with your name on it. My name is Teacher Penny. What's your name? See, now I'm inviting my student to answer. Then I cup my ear because I want them to answer that question. They know that question. They know what's your name. And they know how to respond with a complete sentence, but your mock mentor's probably not going to. And remember from the first video, I hope you've already gone to watch that one. The first video was on, what was it on? The first video was on the big 3. Make sure you watch that one. I'll put a link to it down here. Okay, so you cup your ear for them to respond to you, and you get them to say that back to you. Okay, so you use that all throughout the lesson. You're getting that back and forth ping pong. Now, this cupping the ear is very important at the beginning of the lesson where you're establishing this rhythm back and forth with your student. Very important at the beginning of the lesson, but maybe towards the end of the lesson when you're holding up a couple of props and you're circling stuff on the screen and everything, then maybe it's not as important then as long as they're still repeating with you. Okay, if they've gotten into that rhythm with you and they're repeating, but if they stop saying something, if you say something and they don't respond, get that hand up there. Okay, so but just at this point, make sure you're putting your hand up there every single time. You're going to get tennis elbow, okay, from this. But you put your hand up there every single time that you want them to do that. You're inviting them to join you in those motions, okay? This is kind of a universal motion, you know. Be sure you're not pointing with one finger. That's rude in Chinese culture. Use an open hand like this with that. Then you also want to model for them. You want to model how to drag and drop. You want to model how to draw a circle. You want to model how to draw lines. So let me get where I can draw here. Hang on a second. Let me get to where I can draw on the screen. Okay, so let's say the word throw is on the screen and I want my student to circle it. I have to circle it first. This again is part of that modeling. We have to show them what we want to do first, okay? So I circle it first. Let me get where I can draw here on the screen. I circle it, and while I'm circling it, I have my right hand on the mouse circling this. My left hand, I'm going to do this with my finger or with a pen. This is something new that they have said that they want you to do. Let me specifically say, you can do this. I'm going to give you a hint. That means they want you to do it. Okay? So either use your finger or use a pen, circle, throw, but then also show the mouse. Okay. Now, most of our students are using iPads, so they would respond, honestly, they're going to respond best to just put your finger up there and circle. That's what the kids would do on the screen. Remember, we can draw on the screen, the students can draw on the screen, so you have to show them circle, and you do that circle thing with them, okay? But they want you to show your finger, a pen, and the mouse, okay? Because some of our students are not on iPads. Some of them are on computers and they're using mouses. So you would do this and you're showing the click, okay? Circle mouse or circle throw or circle ball, circle whatever it is you want them to circle. You have to show it first, okay? Then get them to do it with you. Same thing for draw a line. If you wanted them to draw a line, you do it. You show your finger doing it with you. So draw a line, kite, yeah, and you get them to draw that line with you, okay? Now, this is the big one, is that they want you to show them how to drag and drop. And this is a big thing of what we do in this lesson, particularly, and it starts at the beginning of the lesson on that reward slide, the toy store, okay? You have to teach them how to drag and drop. On some of the slides, you are going to be able to drag and drop. If there is a dino, you see all my dinos back here. If there is a dino in the top right corner of the screen of your slide, that means that something on this page, it can be moved. It can be drug. It could be a picture. It could be a word. Whatever it is, it can be drug from one part of the screen to the other part of the screen. So here, my word throw that I have, I could grab that word throw and I can drag it down here to the blank at the bottom, okay? But what I have to do to show my student how to do that, I'm going to do two things. While I'm using my right hand on the mouse, moving the first word, take your left hand and show this motion. Drag and drop. And while you're doing this at the same time, drag and drop throw. Okay? Drag and drop the toy. Drag and drop the ball. Drag and drop the kite. Whatever it might be that you want them to drag and drop, you have to show this motion, and they're looking for you to specifically use this motion and to use the words drag and drop. Okay? So drag and drop throw, drag and drop the toy, drag and drop whatever it is you want them to do. You have to show that motion. Now, what we do is the first time we teach them how to drag and drop, so on that toy store slide at the beginning of it, you drag the first toy, okay? So you do drag and drop a toy, drag and drop a toy, and then you get them to drag and drop one of the toys. You show the first one, then you get them to do the next one, okay? And try to get them to do it on their own. You might reach over and grab the next toy. Let me show you. So you might grab hold of it and kind of wiggle it a little bit like that, okay? You wiggle it to show them, hey, look, this thing over here, this can wiggle, this can move. You need, and so you're showing them that that can move, but then you let them do the dragging. Now, the next slide you come to where you have to drag something, maybe you drag the first one part of the way and let them drag it the rest of the way. Then they can drag the next one. They know how to do it then. But every single time you have something that has to be drug, you have to drag the first one at least most of the way, okay? So that they can see, okay, that's where this is supposed to go. That can move, because it's not really always obvious obvious that stuff can move on the page, okay? You have to be very obvious in showing them how to do that drag and drop, showing them how to move things around there. Use this motion and use the words drag and drop and get them to move that around there, okay? All right, I hope that's clear on drag and drop and how to make that work. Now, also, we want to talk about in this slide, and we've already talked a little bit about this, is modeling and repetition. Because this is huge parts of the way we teach. We model what we want them to do. We model it. We say it first, then we get them to say it back to us. Here's the thing. I never want my student to say, what does she want me to do? What does she want me to say? She wants me to say something, but I'm not sure what I'm supposed to say. She wants me to draw something or circle something, but I'm not sure what I'm supposed to circle. She wants me to drag something, but I have no clue what can be dragged and where I'm supposed to drag it. See, I want them to know exactly what to do before I ask them to do it. There's no question. I want to guarantee that they have that success, okay? So I model it first. I say the word, ball, and then get them to repeat it. And then we do it again, ball. Then we put it into a sentence. She plays with a ball. We use the props and all through there, and I get them to say that sentence back. But I'm not expecting my student to be able to read this at this point. They can't, okay? I read it. Okay, they just say it back to me. I'm modeling it first. And again, we're not explaining things. We just do it and get them to repeat it back to us, and they're picking it up there. We can't explain it. They don't understand all those words. Can't use them. Okay, that would be incidental language. Okay, they repeat everything we say. So if we're trying to do, okay, now I want you to drag that box. No, no, just say drag. Okay, drag the toy, drag with that, okay? No incidental language in there, okay? Now, all the new material, you want to repeat that new material 2 times. Now, the very first thing you do on each slide is circle whatever that new word is. So if your new word is ball, you're going to circle the word ball before you say anything. You want to draw their attention to that new word. So you circled the word ball, you circled the word throw or kite or doll or whatever word it is that you're teaching them. The very first thing you do on each slide is circle the new thing that you are teaching them, okay? So you circle it on there. Now up in the top corner, the top right corner of the slide, up there close to where Dinah would be, sometimes you're going to see a box up there. Let me draw what this box would be. Sometimes you will see a box up here in this top corner, and it will either say in there circle or drag and drop or draw a line. Okay, circle, drag, and drop, or draw a line. If it has that in there, make sure that you have them do that. Sometimes it's not real obvious that there's something that can be drag and drop, and so you have to make sure that you're looking. If there's something there and it says drag and drop, make sure that you make your student do the dragging and dropping. It's not enough for you to do it. They have to do it, okay? If it says circle up there in that part, that means they want the student to circle something. Now, you're going to be circling something. Here's something. They want you to circle, draw a line, or drag and drop on every single slide. But the student only has to circle or draw a line or drag and drop if it has that box up here. But if it has that box, make sure they circle or drag and drop or draw a line on every single one. Okay? All right, so you're going to make sure that they repeat that material at least 2 times before you go on. So all the new stuff, they need to repeat it 2 times before they go on. Okay? I hope that has answered lots of questions for you. If you have questions for me, you want to find me, you want to send me some information, you can find me either on my website, hellopennydavis.com, the Facebook group, VIPKid Teachers Wanted, or you can find me at my email address here, teacherpennyvipkid@gmail.com. I hope this has helped you out a lot, helped you pass your mock class, and if you've got questions or if you need help through it, add my code or use my link to apply, and I can help you even more all the way through the process. Thanks for watching today. Be sure and tune in for my next video. They're on the same thing. What are they looking for in the mock class? Look for the next video. It is going to be on I do, we do, you do, and IPAED. And if you don't know what those mean, you need to know what they are before you do your mock class. Okay, so come watch with me in video number 3 What are they looking for? Okay. Bye-bye.